Okay, good morning all the students and welcome to the virtual class. Let's start our new lesson in English, that is a seventh sister. Okay, the half is already, I'll explain you. Let me finish rest of the part of the lesson. All right. So in a previous lecture, we are completed and we are seeing the different features and the living style, cooking style, each and everything about the Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, and Manipur. Now it's time to be moved further. So today we have to see Mizoram. Okay, so Mizoram is the place implies a land of the hills peoples, referred to as the cookies. That means in a Mizoram you can see each and everywhere the hills peoples. That means the hills lands are there, and that is refers. It is called as cookies. Okay, and the land is full of lush hills. Lush hills, that means the hills where is covered by the green grasses are there, by the green grasses are there, and there is the sheer cliffs are also over there. Now sheer cliffs, that means cliffs like a big rocks or big mountains you can see. Okay, seniors lakes are there, waterfalls are there, rolling hills are there. Hills, that means the very slopes inside that you can easily go ups and the down, stretches across hundred of miles, and the plains and valleys are covered with lush forest. So in the Mizoram, you can find a big mountains with the lush, and the valleys and the plains are there, which is at the distance of the hundred of miles that you have to cross. Okay, so that means basically in a Mizoram, you cannot be find easily a plain lands. There are the big hills and the mountains are there. Valleys are there, beaches are there, rivers are there. So everywhere you can find a greenery in a Mizoram. Okay, and there is a thick bamboo groves are there. They mostly use a bamboo groves. Groves, that means a group of trees are there. Green paddy fields are there. Paddy fields means what, students? Paddy fields, that means the field of rice. That means field of rice. Okay, so large number of rice fields you can find, and the vineyards. Vineyards means what? Before only I'll said you vineyards, that means the that fields where we grow a grapes, where we go grow a grapes. Okay, teeming with diverse wildlife, teeming with diverse wildlife. What is this teeming? Teeming means that is a huge numbers of wildlife you can observe over there. That means a full of wildlife you can observe over there. Okay, many of people are come to visit traveling in Mizoram, but there is a little difficulty. Okay, there is a little difficulty because that is comes under a narrow place and one highway road is attached over there. So somewhere you can face a difficulties, but if you are a person who's a lover nature and you love to see the natural beauty, so you have to come in a Mizoram and enjoy that thing. Okay, is executes and must be seen to be believed. Okay, executes, that means very delight and beautifully seen you can observe over there. Okay, and the Mizoram capital is a Azoval. What is the Azoval? Is the capital of the Mizoram. Mizoram is the place where you can find out scenic location. Scenic location means what? That is a greenery. Everywhere you can find a lush forest, trees, plants. This kind of location you can find over there. Okay, you can get a captivating. Captivating means what? Captivating means looks so attractive and grabs your attention. Why? Because there is a lush. Lush, again I repeat students, the place where you can find a greenery or lots of grasses, that is a lush. Okay, you can find a beautiful emerald Tualang river valley in the west side. This is the name of the river. In the west side you can find out, and there is a Turial river valley in the east side also. The rivers look so beautiful and the water is so cool and pleasant taste. Okay, there is a museum in the heart of the city. It is called the heart of the city because it's a very delight and beautiful. The Zarkats and portrays the culture of Mizoram with a splendid collection of costume, artifacts, and historical relics. Okay, that Zarwats, it's what Zarwats is a portrait that is shows the culture of Mizoram. That is a particular area which shows the culture of Mizoram, and there you can find the collection of costumes. Okay, a big, large number of costumes, artifacts. Artifacts means what? That is an object which is made by a person, and it is reflected the historical or cultural interest. It shows you historical it shows you the historical stories, and it's reflected their own traditional and culturals. Okay, and is relics historical relics, that means the object which is related from the past. Okay, so you can say it is an antique. Okay, and people love to buy all these things, okay, for memorize their that they visit in a Mizoram. So there is a most famous lake, that is a Palak Lake, is the biggest in Mizoram. And this lake is covered or 30 hectares and 74 acres. Now hectares means what? Hectares means that is you can a square measuring. When you measuring the areas, the that is the hectares we are called, and 74 acres. All right. Do you know it is believed that the lake was obtained just because of the result of an earthquake or a flood. That is a natural disaster is happened in a history, in a past in Mizoram, and that's the reason this Palak Lake is created there. Okay. Now, the Jhampai with its fertile vineyard is known as the fruit bowl of Mizoram. Now, Jhampai is a place where you can find a fertile of vineyard. Vineyard, again I'm repeating students, that is a grapes field. Vineyard, that is a grapes, that is a fruit field. So in a Jampai, you can find a large number of fertile of vineyard, and it is said a bowl of Mizoram. Okay, there is a numbers of birds, numerous, that is a lots of numbers of birds and wildlife and flora you can find in a Mizoram. Okay, flora means what? Flora, that means the plants or animals in a particular area. They are grow over there in a particular area. Okay, and you can visit the national parks and 6 wildlife sanctuaries there. National parks. In the national parks, you can enjoy the greenery of forest, and you can see a different kinds of birds and animals which you never ever found and see at before. Wildlife sanctuary. Sanctuaries means what? A big kind of forest where the animals are kept, which is protected by the humans. Okay, they are under observation by the humans, but that is a long lasting of forest are there, that is a sanctuary, so you can visit over there, you can enjoy that things. All right. Mizo is the official language in the Mizoram. They are mostly use the Mizo official language as the most widely used language. All right. So their languages, their festivals, their traditions, their foods are very much different. You never ever seen at before. All right. So this is about the Mizoram. Now let us see the next. That is the Nagaland. Okay. Now Nagaland is a very smallest state of India. It is a very smallest state of India, and it is called the Switzerland of the East. And it is called what? Switzerland of the East. Why it is called a Switzerland? Because the land have a very beautiful sceneries. The peoples are wear the dress up like in a this way, and the land is always follow their folklore. folk Folklore, that means what? That means mostly the people use their customs and tradition, their ritual, which is continuously started from their ancestor. The ancestor is continuously processed. The ancestor is use the customs and traditions From that time period, you have to use their customs, traditional songs, festivals. They are follow that only. They are never ever change. Okay, through the generation to generation they follow that their all the rituals, the old rituals, with music as an integral part of our life, of their life. That is the Nagaland life. Inter sorry Integral, that means the essential, that is the essential part of their life. The executely pictures cue. Executely, that means what? Executely, very beautiful pictures cue, very beautiful, pretty, nice, delighted landscape you can find over there. Vibrantly colorful sunrises, sunset, lush are there. Now vibrant means what? Full of energy, full of life, full of energy. The sunset view, the sunrises view, lush forest you can find over there. You can find verdant is there. Verdant means what? Where you can find a fresh trees and the greens, vegetables, and the greenery everywhere you can find. Okay, and that's the reason make their land unimaginably beautifully. So you can't imagine that kind of beautifulness is present in the Nagaland. And the state capital is Kohima. What is the state capital is Kohima. The state is mostly a mountain. That means you can find everywhere the mountains are there. Mount Saramati is the highest peak with a height of about 3,840 meters. The highest peak name is Saramati. It is present in the Nagaland. Okay, and its range is form a natural barriers between Nagaland and Burma. So there is a place of Burma is there. Okay, so they are basically set a barriers. That means the object is present over there from moving one place to another, because the mountain it's so big, so it is not easy to cover up while walking. So you need some kind of object or things from move from one place to another. As you see student, the highest peak is 3,840 meters long. So while covering this, while cross this, it take a lots of time, and it is attached a one side from Nagaland, and it's close from the Mer side of Burma. Okay, there are over 16 tribes and sub-tribes. Tribes means what students? A social division of people which is always use their traditional things, a traditional society that is called under a tribes. So there are the 16 tribes and sub-tribes. Okay, so they are all in together. They live their life. They exotic hill states. They have an exotic hill state. That means something very exciting and unusual hill states are there. Okay, with a unique, colorful, and interrogately means what? Delightedly, with a lots of detailed work, with lots of detailed work. There is lots of detailed works where you can find lots of detailed works in their costumes, in their jewelry and blades. Okay, their jewelry and the blades are designed in such a manner the people have to attract and grab the attention. Today, many of young people have venture. Venture that means if you do some modify or do advantages or do a adventure. All right. While keep in your mind a new modernization, because every time you're following your tradition, but when you saw some new fashion, a new modernization, so somewhere you are doing a modify. You modify in your tradition, in your custom, but the basic thing you never ever left out, right? So a young people do a venture, that means modify into a fashion designing. They creating the fabrics that blends our traditional motifs. Okay, they blends the traditional motifs, that means a design with modern appeal. As I explain you student, because of the modernization, a modern appeal, somewhere they modify their fabrics. Okay, but the basic things they never ever left over. Okay, so you can find a paradise. The Nagaland is a paradise to whom for those peoples who are very much affected with the fashion designing fabrics. Okay, so they create a paradise over there. Paradise means what? Paradise means a heaven, ultimate a group of people, a residence they are made within heaven with the beautiful sceneries are there. So they want to be explain you that our fashion designing, our jewelry designing are very much famous in all over the India. People refer to come affluent fashion station of the East. Okay, affluent means rich and wealthy. Rich and wealthy people come over there and they look out all the fashion fabrics and the jewelry materials are there. The land, that means the Nagaland, is an ideal place for trekking, rock climbing, jungle camping, all these things. Because as I told you, students, there you can find mostly hills, mountains are there, forests are there. So people are come for the trekking, climbing, jump, camping. Okay, so all these things it is present over there, which gives you of pleasures. Okay, there is an offer of limitless exploration possibility in a lush. Limitless, that means without any limit. It's give you a pleasure. Okay, with the lush and verdant. Verdant, that means a fresh and greenery everywhere you can find over there. As I told you before, only students, this all the seven states or this seven places you can find everywhere a green mountains, lush forests, wildlife sanctuaries. Okay, you never ever found a dry places that is a wet land over all over. Cool pleasants are there, fogs are there. All right, and you can find the different languages are there. Some are using Manipuri language, some are using Mizo language, some are speaking only in English. So their cultures, their religions, their traditions are totally different as we observe in our part, right? So these seven places are contagiously to each other. That means correlated to each other. Let me see the next. Now, in the next, there you can find a subtropical rain forest are also over there. Tropical, that means lies in boundaries. That means lies in boundaries. So the lies in boundaries, there are the rain forest are there. Abundance of medicinal herbs too are there. Okay, abundance means a plenty. Lots of medicinal herbs you can find over there. And it is known as the falcon capital. It is known as a falcon capital. That means a bird of prey with the long pointed wings. You can find a bird of prey with the long pointed wings are there. So you can find a long numbers of birds are there. There is a great Indian hornbill, the most famous bird found here. The hornbill bird you can find in the Nagaland. Nothing you can find in other place. Naga Naga is very much famous for by their nature. Those are nature lover. They have to be come over here. They can enjoy the fun. Frolic are here. Fun and frolic. That means enjoyment, the pleasure you can enjoy over here. Okay. Life is one long festival. So what they are trying to say, the life is one long festival. So that means they enjoy their each and every day like a full of energy and a pleasant like a festival. Dance and song at a part of their festival. That's a part of their festival. Okay, and which is very robust rhythm. Robust, that means lively rhythm. Okay, when you listen the music and festival, you will love to see it. You will love to a part. You will love to part of that festival. If you love a colorful life and appreciate ethnic costumes and tradition with their unique songs, dance, and festival, you must to come in a Naga heritage village. You have to must come in a Naga heritage village. Heritage, that means the particular area, a particular place where the society always follow their customs and their traditions. Okay, so you have to be visit and see the customs and traditions, their festival, their music, their dance, which is very differ as compared to others. Okay, which showcase their cultural heritage. They shows their cultural heritage. They present their culture with something attractive way. Do you do come and participate in their great hornbill festivals? Hornbill festivals, as I inform you student, there is a famous bird that is a hornbill. So a part of their name, they spent a festival, the bird name, that is the Great Hornbill Festival. They celebrated that is, and all the tourism who are visit over there, they will be a part of that festival because it gives them pleasure, and they gives them pleasure, and that is a long lasting remember in their life. Okay,